In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. IGP Hyderabad Police, Hyderabad, India. Inspector General Police Hyderabad, Anjani Kumar, was making a speech while wearing the uniform in front of a congregation of Muslims. It was actually the celebration of 12th of Rabiul Awwal, Meelaad Nabi, and he was invited to speak in front of these people. He was talking wearing a uniform, and he said something very, very good. I think that not only for the people who were sitting there, but, but for the people of all the India, all the rest of the world, and then the people who are not even Muslims. It is for each and everyone else. It is really, really, really important. And during his speech says that he was mentioning, since it was the day of 12th of Rabiul Awwal, the Miladun Nabi, and for that reason his speech was on the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He didn't say Prophet Muhammad, he didn't say anything like that. Obviously, he was a Hindu and he is staying as a Hindu. He mentioned Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as Hazoor. He said that Hazoor, although he never committed a sin, but even then he was quick to seek apology from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tauba from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so often, so frequently. That is what he used to do. It was like his routine to keep seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for not being as good, as competent as he says, according to him, although Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was quite pleased with him, and he was an exemplary creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the last prophet of Allah, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to seek tauba, used to do tauba, seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so often, so frequently on a daily basis, several times in a single day. And he says that if Prophet Muhammad, he says that Hazoor, if Hazoor can do that, why we shouldn't be doing this? Although he never committed a sin. Despite all that, he was seeking tauba. He was doing tauba. He was seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If at all he was seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then why we shouldn't be doing this? We must be doing that as well. Very, very frequently. Although we people are seen committing the sins, and we are seen doing so many of the mistakes, so many of the errors, even some of the bad things intentionally being done by us. So, for all that reason, I think that he was emphasizing that we too should be seeking forgiveness from Allah. He didn't even use the word of Allah, but he said that we should be doing tawbah. He was actually talking about the people, and that is equally right. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might forgive if he wants, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, will forgive the sins which are against the commandments of Allah. But as far the human beings are concerned, whatever wrong we did against the humans, it is probably not going to be forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask us, the humans, that you must seek forgiveness from the person against whom you have done any sort of bad thing. And if at all she forgives you, I shall be forgiving you as well. But if at all they don't forgive you, then there will be a kind of compensation you do have to pay, and the compensation will be paid by giving the good deeds of this person, the sinner, a particular amount of it to the person against whom this person, sinner, has committed any wrongdoing. So I think that we the Muslims, and each one of us We must be quick to apologize from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We must be quick to seek tauba because we are, after all, we are the sinner. We are seen making the mistakes for all the time. So why not to seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all the time, for many, many times in a day. And if at all we have done any sort of mistake against any human being, we must be quick to apologize. We must be quick to apologize. We must be quick to seek forgiveness. And even if at all the other person is not giving us, is not forgiving us, then in that case I think we should be ready to compensate, because if at all we do compensate here in this world, it will be far far better for us. If we fail to do that, what is going to happen then on the day of judgment? On the day of judgment, I think we will be either giving our own good deeds to that particular person against whom we have done a bad thing, or if at all we don't have any good deeds to give, then we might be taking the liability of bad deeds being done by that particular person. We might be given. For this reason, I think so that the right thing and the best thing rather for us is that we should be quick to seek the forgiveness from those people against whom we have done any sort of wrongdoing. We should be very quick to seek the forgiveness from those people. If we don't do that, what is going to happen then? I think that we will be repenting and regretting a lot on the day of judgment, but it will be absolutely useless, because the day of action, the time of action, the duration of action, that is all gone, and now it is the time to bear the consequences for what we have been doing here in this world during this life. So I am of the view that as for that IGP police, Anjani Kumar's statement is his speech is concerned. I think it is really, really, really important, and we must be ready to understand it. We must be ready to inhale it. We must be ready to act upon it. And he was saying that it is also good and important to forgive the other people. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes it a lot. And the Prophet himself forgave all the people, almost all the people. That is why he was called Rahmatul lil Alameen. He gave forgiveness to all the people. I am of the view that we too should be ready to forgive the people. Although Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does gives us a right that if at all we don't forgive, we have the right not to even forgive. We have the right not to forgive. That is also a right given to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the preferred thing is to forgive the people. But if we don't and we fail to forgive the people, what is going to happen then? And if at all somebody fails to forgive us, does not forgives us, then there will be consequences to bear. Then here in this world we do have to pay the compensation. But if at all we are not willing to pay the compensation, and then we have to say suffer on the day of judgment, it is as simple as this one. I think we must be seeking the forgiveness, the tauba for all the people. We must be ready to do the tauba for all the people. Thank you.